But the other big fear when you say you'll pick up domestically, the other big fear is that, right now there is a monopoly of the middleman. The poor farmer gets squeezed by the middleman. Later they'll get squeezed by Walmart. That, you will have these big amounts you'll want to buy from farmers, and right now at least they have the choice, or they can choose whom they want to sell to. Later they will have no choice. They will have to sell to Walmart, and you will then dictate and determine the price, which is also what Walmart does internationally, where they force suppliers to cut prices down to rock bottom levels because of the sheer volume with which you purchase.
Yeah, so let's start about farming, because I think farming is very different from manufactured goods. First of all, in India, what choice does the farmer have today? The only place they can sell their fruits and vegetables is in the local mandi, which is controlled by a mafia of a small handful of artiyas, or what we call middlemen, or brokers. So there is no choice today, even in our system.
No, there'll be no
Secondly,
choice later. There won't be any choice later either. Right now, the middleman is the culprit. Later, Walmart will be the culprit. That's the fear.
No, I'm sorry, because we've already talked about the fact that given the convenience of the Indian customer and the preference for shopping convenience, fruits, vegetables, and all perishables will continue to get sold by local thelawalas everywhere. So at best, a large company can probably, have 5 or 10% share of this market. So there will always be an alternative channel for the farmer to sell. Secondly, the farmers in India are very small land holdings, 2 acres or so on and so forth. So, unlike in the US or some other places where farmers have large land holdings, Indian farmers can only supply very, very small fractions of the requirements of large supply chains. So therefore, it is in the company's interest to be able to source from that, not the other way around. And finally, on manufactured goods, I can tell you that it's not about squeezing suppliers. You can't run a large company by squeezing your suppliers. That's not possible. We are retailers. We don't manufacture anything. We buy from our suppliers. We have great relationships with our suppliers. What we do, however, is to work with all our suppliers and cut down costs in the supply chain and manufacturing. And what is wrong with that if we want to help customers to bring down prices?
The one other question that I have before I end this interview is about the number of jobs that you will create and other big foreign retailers coming into the Indian market will create. Because the fear is that if you look at the net effect, as a consequence of the entry of foreign retail into India, more jobs will be lost than the ones that will get created.
I don't think so. What jobs will be lost in India, I fail to understand. There are no job losses. In fact, in the entire supply chain, in modern format stores itself, lots and lots, millions of jobs will be created. This will be an organized industry, as it is even domestically now with large format stores. People will be paid above minimum wages. They will work in a controlled environment which is transparent. And not only that, modern retail is a great way to provide employment, organized employment to young children of our country, those who have not had privilege to go to college and school, because we don't need people with MBA educations. What we need people is just basic skills and the ability to work. And not only does it provide them their first job, it will provide those kids an opportunity to grow with the businesses. So on the contrary, I would say it will bring, not only create jobs, but create careers and opportunities for underprivileged children, which hitherto don't exist in our country.
The opposition goes to the extent of suggesting, Raj, that at a time when India had so many economic challenges, the government has pushed FDI in retail because of the massive lobbying efforts that Walmart and other companies have carried out in the Indian governmental sector, where there's so much pressure being applied. That's the scare and the fear of Walmart and all the billions of dollars that you have backing you that's really pushed the Manmohan Singh government to announce FDI in retail, even though it was politically unpalatable.
I think that is completely unfounded. India is a large sovereign country. We stand our own. We take our own decisions. That's been proven over the last 2 decades. It is wrong to, to make allegations that, this is a part of lobbying by one company or several companies and so on. We all know the benefits of foreign direct investment in our country. Every sector which has attracted FDI over the last 20 years since 1991 has gained. Even when we privatized airports, there were similar allegations. Today, everybody passes through T3 and thank the people who took that tough decision at that time.
All right, we're going to leave it over there. Raj Jain, CEO of Walmart India, for joining us on the show. Thank you very much. That's the perspective from the company. Everybody is most concerned about. Walmart saying that FDI in retail will actually lead to the creation of many more jobs than those that will be lost. And he agrees with the assessment that it's not so much about how Walmart changes India. They believe it's about how, India will force Walmart to change its game.